What's going on, everybody? My name's Gasms, and happy Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever day you're watching this on. I just like to thank Suburban Legend real quick for letting me put this on his channel and his little series. I think it's really cool that he's doing this for the community. There's not really many people to my knowledge who are doing this, so I think it's really cool that he's doing this, and for letting me giving me the opportunity to do this. I'm not really going to talk too much about the gameplay. But I'm just going to give a little brief overview. As you can see, I'm playing some Demolition on Array. No, I'm just joking, guys. Obviously, it's Nuketown Domination. The score is really good. It's 101-7. But I guess you could argue that it doesn't really take skill because it's on Nuketown. But I would argue that Nuketown is kind of one of the more skillful maps because you do have to learn choke points, dodge grenade spam like I did a few seconds ago. And you got to kind of dodge people just coming out and spraying like a random idiot like this guy. Yeah, so I guess you could argue that it's kind of a skillful map, but if you learn the choke points and all that, then I guess it's not too hard to get a good score on. But I'm not really here to argue about if I got a good game or not, or if I'm a beast or whatnot. I kind of want to bring a topic to the table. It's kind of a controversial word. It's kind of a word me and my friends use. But when people say it, it's kind of offensive. It's the N-word, people. It's the word nerd. What do you think I was going to say? You guys thought I was going to be some racist asshole who was going to start throwing around the N-word. No, but seriously, people, I just want to talk about nerd and why people call other people no-lives and whatnot in Call of Duty. Like, I'm like 95% sure you've been called a no-life at least once in your entire life. So, like, why do people call each other no-lives? It's like kind of this idea where someone plays video games a lot, or they have like good grades or something. It's kind of this fact where you're not being active or social, and I guess you have no life. Well, why isn't someone who plays sports 24/7 considered a no life? I mean, you can't really judge them upon that because all you see them doing is playing sports 24/7. So why aren't they being called a no life? They're not. You can't really judge if they're hanging out with friends a lot. So I just wanted to kind of bring this topic. So, video games have been around for about, I'm going to say about 20-25 years. And they've originally just been like, arcade games where you play by yourself, maybe a two-player game like a fighting game like Street Fighter or something, where you would generally just play with another person or maybe, I can't even talk now, or maybe mostly by yourself. But video games have changed a tremendous amount over the past few years. They've integrated this online feature where you could communicate with your friends, and just have fun together and maybe even communicate with some other people. But other people who don't play video games or appreciate the fact that you can play online, they kind of perceive the fact where if you're talking to somebody else online that you don't know, you're being a no-life because you can't get your own friends. But this is kind of the contrary, As I said before, video games have changed a lot. And my friends and I, we just don't use video games to just play Call of Duty and waste our lives away because we're not good at sports and we're fat dumbasses. It's kind of more of a mutual meeting spot where we can, like keep in touch, have fun, and all that. Because a lot of my friends, we go to different high schools and whatnot, so it's a really good way to keep in touch and just keep as friends because you never want to really lose a friend over some way that's kind of BS. So I guess this is kind of a good way to keep in touch, but that brings me back to the topic, why are people who play video games a lot conceived as no-lives? I mean, MLG and Game Battles people, and they're kind of conceived as no-lives because they're taking video games to a competitive level. Like, I guess people still really don't know that you could actually get paid off of doing tournaments and getting like a YouTube partnership. And they still see the way where you're just kind of wasting your life and they think you're not doing anything good for society. But then again, I guess you could say just doing sports is another game and you're just taking a game seriously. I mean, they're both games. They don't really judge how well you're going to do in life unless you're like a fucking beast like LeBron James. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, unless you're like a beast and you're going to go on to be in like the NBA or NFL or something like that, then I guess you wouldn't conceive it as a no-life. But if you're like kind of just an average Joe just practicing basketball, so why aren't you conceived as a no-life? You're not really doing anything. You're just taking a game seriously. I mean, it's the same with video games. You're just taking a game seriously. You're just having fun with what you do, So that's just kind of my spiel on that, why people call each other no lives. As for me, I don't really get offended when someone calls me a no life. It's kind of like a thing where I'm like, you know, haters gonna hate. I don't really care. But I do get a little ticked off when someone calls me a no life when they're playing Call of Duty, they watch Call of Duty, and they play the Call of Duty as much as me or even more than me. It's like, dude, what the hell are you talking about? You're just a fucking hater because I'm beasting on you, killing your KD. Yeah, that's just my little opinion. Post what you think in the comments below. And if you think what I'm saying, if you agree with me, or if you disagree with me and you think I'm a no life. But yeah, that's just my little spiel. Please leave this video a like, and maybe come over to my channel if you do like this kind of content. This is kind of a more serious video for me. I do have humorous videos, but I just wanted to, you know, kind of talk about a topic and all that. So go ahead and check out my channel if you want to, and thanks for letting me put on this channel. So I guess I'm just gonna talk a little bit about the gameplays. I'll give some brief tips about Nuketown. On Nuketown, you definitely want to run Flak Jacket, because if you don't, you're just going to get killed, worthless deaths and all that. Because, let's face it, how many times have you spawned on Nuketown, thrown a grenade, died, thrown a grenade, die, and all that. So you really want to use a Flak Jacket. Sleight of Hand Pro and Harden doesn't really matter, because Harden would come in handy when shooting through the house. And Sleight of Hand Pro would come in handy because it's, you know, it's a fast-paced map. You got to aim fast, you got to reload fast, and all that. And, what else? Oh, and please make sure that you're running with a good team or somebody you could communicate with, because if you start to capture all 3 flags, they're going to flip spawns really rapidly and you have no idea where the enemy is. You're just going to be running around with your head off, not knowing where anybody is. You're just going to die a bunch of times. It's not going to be fun. You're going to end up rage quitting, you know? So there's just some... Oh, and equipment. You want to use the jammer, and if you have 2 people using the jammer, you could put one on either side of the house. This gets people from camping in the house to come out, and you could just kill them, you know. But if you like this video, please leave this video a like. Thanks for Suburban Legend for letting me put this on your channel. Please come over to my channel, guys. My channel is youtube.com/zgasms. And thanks for taking your time to watch this, guys. I really appreciate it. Thanks.